Garrett on Thacker, and since we've been getting so many updates about Jurassic Park 7 lately, I thought, you know what? Let's take a look back. Let's take a look back and figure out how we got to this point, where we're talking about the development of Jurassic Park 7. The novel Jurassic Park was released in 1990, and was written by Michael Crichton. And apparently, a few months before the release of the book, movie studios were really wanting the rights to this movie. But apparently a few months even before this, Michael Crichton and Steven Spielberg were having talks. So ultimately, the rights to make a film adaptation of Jurassic Park went to Steven Spielberg and Universal. Jurassic Park would be released in 1993, and was quickly become the highest grossing film of all time, and was praised for its animatronic and computer-generated effects. The film was written by Steven Spielberg, Michael Crichton, and David Koepp, and starred Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Richard Attenborough, just to name a few. The animatronics are brought to life by the great Stan Winston Company, all of which are sadly now long gone. At least the skin of the animatronics, as it was made with a material that quickly corroded over time. So all that remains of the Jurassic Park animatronics are the endoskeletons, none of which have been found. The computer-generated effects were made by Industrial Light and Magic, and are still considered some of the best ever put on screen. In 1995, a sequel to the Jurassic Park novel was released, titled The Lost World. Production on film adaptation and sequel to Jurassic Park will begin very soon, and would loosely be based off the novel of The Lost World. The Lost World of Jurassic Park was released in 1997. It was very successful, although not as much as the original film, and was generally more on the negative side critically. The film was again written by David Koepp, and again directed by Steven Spielberg, and would star Jeff Goldblum, Vanessa Lee Chester, Julianne Moore, and Vince Vaughn, just to name a few. Jurassic Park 3 was in production fairly soon after the release of The Lost World, but would be very troubled. The main reason for this being that The Lost World Jurassic Park's ending was changed while filming. Originally, it was going to be on the island, but it was changed to have the Tyrannosaurus Rex rampage in San Diego, to compete with films like Mighty Joe Young and Godzilla, which also had giant monsters rampaging through cities. Originally, the plans for Jurassic Park 3 were going to be dinosaurs on the mainland, but since they did that in the last film, they had to come up with something new, which was easier said than done. When Jurassic Park 3 started filming in late 2000, there was no final script, and as the film was being filmed, things were being added and removed. Eventually, in July 2001, Jurassic Park 3 was released. The box office, say yes, was still good, but not compared to the first two films, and was received pretty poorly critically. The film was written by Peter Bunchman, Alexander Payne, and Jim Taylor, and was directed by Joe Johnson, starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Alessandro Nivola, and Trevor Morgan, just to name a few. Jurassic Park 4 would be in production hell for years, and ultimately would actually never happen. Instead, we got Jurassic World in 2015, June of 2015 to be exact, and quickly rose to the third highest grossing film of all time, and was received very well critically. The film was written by Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, Colin Trevorrow, and Derek Connolly, just to name a few, and was directed by Colin Trevorrow. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom would quickly go into production, and would be released June 2018. And being adjusted for inflation, and even not, it's the second most expensive film ever made, and was a major financial success. The next Jurassic film, Jurassic World Dominion, was filmed from early to late 2020, right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, at one point being one of the only films being filmed in the world. It would share many of the same problems Jurassic Park 3 had, mainly with its script, which was written by Colin Trevorrow, Emily Carmichael, and many uncredited writers, one of which being David Koepp. The reason why there were so many writers is because, well, they knew they had to save this from the script, as it wasn't very good. But ultimately, this led to a jumbled mess of a film. Jurassic World Dominion was released in June 2022. With pretty darn mixed critical reviews, but still was a box office success. From 2020 to 2022, a Netflix animated series, animated by DreamWorks, will be released, titled Jurassic World Cretaceous, which had a total of 5 seasons, with generally positive reviews. Starring Jenna Ortega, Sean Gaimbron, Paul Michael Williams, Ryan Potter, Ronnie Rodriguez, Ronnie Rodriguez, Ronnie Rodriguez, 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 Ronnie 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 Rodriguez, Rodriguez. Ronnie Rodriguez, you guys know what I mean. In case you're Mohammed, just name a few. A sequel series set for 2024 release date titled Jurassic World Chaos Theory.
See, here I'm now by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory.
And the second film is set to release June 2nd, 2025, with David Kemp returning as writer and Gareth Edwards directing. And before anyone comments, yes, I did forget to mention the real Asian Ghostbusters and my Ghostbusters movie history video. I'm sorry. So what have we learned today? That the Jurassic Park franchise is really bad doing trilogies. JP3 and Dominion are both the weakest Jurassic films, and they both had the same problems. The main thing is that it's obvious they had no idea what to do after the previous film. So a little advice next Jurassic Park trilogy: make sure you know what you're going to do with your third film before you make your second film, please. If not, then the Jurassic Park trilogy curse most likely continue. But let the cards flow. What do you guys think about the Jurassic Park franchise? And are you excited for Jurassic Park 7? Bye guys for now. Bye, Mr. Ground Tagger.